Well, hello, my peeps. How is everybody doing tonight? Today, I guess, now. But,
Well, hello,
yeah, how's everyone
hello.
I am
my
here to
peeps.
do another
How is
list building
everybody doing
video
tonight?
along with
Today,
taking chats
I guess, now.
and seeing what you guys are up to.
Well,
I just wanted to do
hello,
another how's everyone
hello.
I am
my
here to do
peeps.
another
How
taking
is
questions on
everybody
you're trying to
doing
build a list
tonight?
along with
Today,
taking help,
I guess,
trying to
now.
figure out what you want, what you guys are up to.
well,
Look at a list,
hello,
review it,
hello.
then I am here to do another will
How
take
is
questions on
everybody
and you're
doing
trying to figure out
tonight?
along with
Today,
taking help,
I guess,
trying to
now.
figure out what you guys are up to.
well,
Look at a list, review it,
hello.
then I am here to do another will
How is everybody
and you're trying to
doing
go along
tonight?
with
Today, I
get a
guess,
link
now.
on what you guys are up to.
well,
Look at a list, not do it.
hello.
I am take a look real quick at the description here on my button, and I'll take questions from the live Q&A chat here. So you guys can kind of just talk to me. Yeah, alright, well, while we're waiting and while description and stuff, I've got a video that I'll take questions going over a few different ideas of the guys and general and general. Alright, so you'll have to wait for there's no description come out. I've got it, so if you got questions going over a few different ideas, kind of talking about maybe some of the things we're excited about. So you'll have to wait for just went on a 2-mile run, and it is chilly out, so it's kind of talking about my breathing, and I think it's annoying, but yeah. So let's see, let's take a look at I haven't done CIS, so let's do the CIS. Even though I qualified to do CIS, take a look at the list. I haven't done alright. If I'm going to do CIS, I'm going to make one of my favorites because I qualify strong in I'll do yourself. Cunning. So, for those of you who don't know and are maybe trying to get into it, cunning allows you to go first if you play. If you and your opponent both play tip your card, you have cunning go first, and it breaks the tie. For those who don't make it, you have deflect, which means you search to defend on ranged attacks. You also if you and your opponent both search to tip your card. Direct trooper unit, which you can direct yourself. You can do yourself too, but it's going to be really nice to have to direct maybe like B1s because they've got coordinate. So you'll be able to give order which can then coordinate direct trooper unit, which you can direct yourself. And then you've got any pierce that is ranged and melee. Inkashi Mastery, which means that you can go from Pierce 2 down to Pierce 1, and negate Impervious, and into Pierce, which is and then Master of the Force 2. You've got 3 force slots, so that you can recover 2 of them. So you play push, and you also do choke, which are my favorite 2. Along with burst and speed, you can always do push and choke every turn, get him back slots, so it's really nice. And then he's speed 2, which is awesome. And then burst and speed just at least for 1 turn, especially when you play his relentless burst and speed, allows you to really do a lot of movement with him. And so, I mean, improvised orders I feel like is really good. Trust agent, depending on if you're bringing one of these custom super tac droids, I think that trust agent would be really good. And then you can also bring a really cheap, super tac droid as well. And since I'm probably going to see if I can have Master Mud, who did the last super tac droid, super tac, I'll see if he wants to do some list ideas with the type droid and kind of share those. But let's go over some doctrines. Like I'll just take a look at it with you guys and we'll go with something here. So we have a guy who's got overrides, and override, if you don't know, Basically, it just means that when an allied unit begins its activation within range 5 of a unit that has override, then that unit the override unit can gain suppression to allow the other unit that's activated to ignore the AI keyword. So as long as you are within range 5, you can have your override unit gain suppression to allow the other unit that's activated. That is really nice. What up, Cockles? Cockles! Yo! How's it going, man? I wish we could talk more, get a video in, and or a game in. Hey, that's awesome, man. We need to get together. I'm just kind of going over. What up, Cockles? Cockles! Yo! How's it going, man? I wish we could talk more, get a video in, and or a game in. Hey, is that a little bit better? You'll have to let me know now. It should not be getting any feedback. I just checked the other desktop audio. For some reason, the desktop audio is going wild. So let me know if the audio is whacked out again. Yeah, man, it would be fun. I would be extremely sweet. Yeah, I'd be extremely excited to get something in with you. You know, we've talked about it before, but I hope that we get it in soon. So I'm just going over, like, some random things, trying to, you know, talk about the new TAC droids and kind of what, you know, they're capable of doing. And I am going over the Seek and Destroy now. So this unit's going to gain a training slot, which is going to be imperative to get some extra stuff here. And, oh yeah, the continuous loop sucks, man. I know why. I have YouTube on because I'm trying to check out the chat. Because I am a moron when it comes to computers. So, yeah. So, all right. So, you got override. You've got 5 health, 2 courage, surge to hit, 2 speed 2. You have a natural melee and ranged. The ranged is range 1 to 3, 3 block, surge to hit, which is actually fairly nice. And then Seek and Destroy is going to give you demoralize 1, target 1. So you're going to get an aim whenever you get an order. You're going to be able to hand out a suppression token at range 1 to 2. Yeah, whenever you start your activation. And then Marksman is allowing you to use the aim that you got from target 1 and turn a hit to a crit if you wanted to. Now the Tyrannical Taskmaster, can't speak for some reason, is going to allow you to gain an extra hard point or whatever this is. You know, I don't play CIS, and I think it's different than a hard point. No, it is hard point. Yeah, no, it's different. What is it? The programmed. That's right. Gain another program slot, and at the end of the unit's activation, you can ready one of its exhausted ones, which is also going to be very, very important. And we can actually take a look at the different stuff that we've got. Hold on, sorry. It's hard to multitask, thinking of stuff and typing stuff. So let's take a look at I like that one. You know, so let's take a look at these different programs. You've got Enhanced Combat Subroutines, which is the command droid only. It's going to gain Sharpshooter, and the attack pool gains Lethal 1. That is its melee and ranged, it seems like, because it only says when this unit attacks. The attack pool doesn't specify ranged or melee. And then we've got Limiter Override, which is a free exhaustion. You can choose another allied unit that has the AI keyword within range 2 of this unit. Choose and resolve one of the following effects. You can remove up to 3 suppression tokens or up to 1 immobilized token from the chosen unit. The chosen unit is going to gain an aim token or a dodge token. So being able to hand out something is actually really good. And even Cockles agrees that Tyrannical Taskmaster is the one to choose, because I think the main thing that you're trying to do with the Super Tac Droid is are these things, are these actual like programs that you're trying to take in the first place. And so being able to ready one, especially this one that we're talking about now, the limiter override, it allows you to do so much more for, if you're bringing BX commando droids, or if you're trying to give out an aim to the droidicas, if you're trying to hand out another free aim to, we'll say, the tank, the Persuader tank, or the AAT. And then you can also ready one of the chosen units' exalted upgrade cards, which, again, if you're bringing this with the snail tank, the Persuader tank, I think is what it's called. Yeah. And it's Arsenal 2. Okay, so hold on real quick. Can you bring this in a EXD? No, I don't think so. Because if you could, and you were able to do limiter override on the Persuader tank's Arsenal 3, that would be insane. That would be evil. And I would just quit right there. TT on a droid agent type could be really cool if you're using him to slice comms or target relay. Yeah, no, definitely. Now, Cockles, do you play a lot of CIS? Because if you do, maybe you can talk to me a little bit about some of the stuff here. So, so that was limiter override. Optimized task flow gives this unit direct AI. Okay, yeah, boom. I would just automatically, it's not exhaustible. It's a free keyword. I would just take it. The limiter override, definitely, probably. All right, so sliced comms, which is something you were just talking about, Cockles, on the droid agent. Yeah, the custom droid in EXD would be extremely broken. I agree. So, sliced comms, it's a free action. You exhaust this card, so you're going to choose an enemy unit within range 2 and line of sight. The chosen unit's going to gain 2 suppression tokens. And if the chosen unit has a face-up order token, you're going to shuffle that order token back into the opponent's order pool. This is pure evil on the... like, if you're playing Dooku and you play his 1-pip, and, Vader plays his 1-pip, well, you've got Cunning, and then maybe you just automatically go with the Super Tac Droid with sliced comms, or if it's on an agent, you just go with him first, put his order token back into the order pool, and then make them suffer a few turns without the order token, and your opponent is super screwed. So you can at least play CIS. I'm dabbling in switching up to CIS for the upcoming tournament season. Hey, okay. You'll have to let me know when your tournament season starts so that I can kind of check it out and see, what you guys are playing over there, so that the people in the States, I think as you would say, can have an idea of, what's going on and what y'all are doing, because I think it's nice to see everything. What is a good strategy for building recon lists? You're brand new at the game. Well, welcome, Brian. I'm glad that you're new at the game. I hope that this is definitely a channel that you can subscribe to if you're not already. I don't usually go over recon lists because mostly at tournaments we're all playing 1,000 points. But a good strategy for building recon is, when I'm thinking about it, I'm trying to think of bringing as many units as possible, bringing short-ranged lists, because you're on a 3x3 and everything's going to be... yes, get me on before well, actually, you need to get me on before December 12th. If you can get me on before December 12th, I'll be here. Otherwise, after December 16th, I will be gone for about 5 to 5.5-ish months. And I'm going to have everybody who is a moderator on the Discord making videos and doing a whole bunch of stuff. And then I will be back, but I will be gone just for a short time. I will be doing some new job training and new stuff, and I will be completely away from all internet access, basically. So our store just started stocking the game, and everyone is playing Recon now. Okay, so it's a great way. What's up, Sean? How are you? It's okay to join late. So back to Recon. Okay, Brian. So I'm glad that your store is finally, getting Legion because it is a. Yes, please Discord me about it, Cockles. Sorry. All right, so I'm glad that your store is finally getting Legion. It's a great game. So Recon, it's a 3x3 table. You're going to be getting into range 2 fairly quickly. Range 3 definitely is nice to have. So it depends on, I guess, what faction you're bringing. Vehicles are going to be a lot of fun, but you're probably not going to get a lot of activations in. So you're going to need to be careful on what you decide to build out. But if you can let me know what faction that you are buying into or what faction you're most interested in, I'll actually just go ahead and stop what I'm doing and build you a Recon list kind of based off what you are kind of looking for or what you want to build. And until you tell me that, yeah, I think Dooku's Cunning is really going to help with sliced comms if you haven't thought about that already. And then Overclock is going to be great to be able to give extra speed 2 moves and immobilize token to somebody, but then you can just use, limiter override to get that immobilized token away. So you just kind of allowed someone to have a free speed 2 move outside of their activation, which is going to be really nice for all of the battle droids that have the rad cannon. So Empire CIS. All right, well, let's go over Empire first, because I'm more used to Empire, and I've actually built a very fun Empire 600-point list. So we're going to go to, if you're ever on Tabletop Admiral, which I recommend a lot, they don't have the same kind of cool graphics that Legion HQ2 has. So I just am a Patreon supporter for this guy. It's only $1 a month, and it's not bad, and they're very quick to do the work on here, and he is on the Discord, so I like to just kind of support guys in the Legion community a lot. Like, if you want to head over to That's No Moon podcast, head on over there, listen to the stuff that they talk about, because they're a lot of fun. Like, Cockles is a part of that, so definitely get a hold of them. You've got the 5th Trooper, you've got Crazy Squadron Gaming, you've got a whole bunch of other guys like Crit Block, and some of the other guys, Jerry's Shop, and so check them all out. I love the community. They're great. I want us all to kind of work together. I don't think that we all should just be standalone, and it's just nice that we have so many people who are very interested in this game. So, all right, so that is my thing. All right, so if we just go to Skirmish and Recon, it gives us 600 points to build a list out. When you get into it, you're probably going to get Vader. So you're going to get the Commander Vader, which, again, is me. I don't think Commander Vader is better than Operative Vader. But we're going to build a Commander Vader one for the mere fact that's what you're getting. Unless you just print and play the Operative, which you can. I mean, you can bring that in, and it is cheaper. But for the sake of, let's just say that you don't have the custom commander just yet, or you're building him out. All right, so you definitely want burst of speed, because he's speed 1. He's 8 health. He's got no courage. You're never going to put suppression on him, which is good and bad. It's good for the fact that you're never going to panic, and you don't have a commander that will ever panic. And your courage bubble is infinite. No one in your army at range 3 of him is going to panic at all. But you're never going to benefit from cover from the amount of suppression you have. I would also say that Force Choke is really good to have on him, and maybe Saber Throw if you're trying to build like the max amount of points for others, like for the rest of your army, because Relentless is a free attack action after a move, so you can melee or ranged attack, and so he doesn't have a range, so you have to give him Saber Throw to have the range of 3 red, Pierce 3, Impact 3. You don't surge, so it's kind of tough. If you have the extra points, I think Force Push, Burst, and Choke is really, really nice to have, because after you use Burst, Vader's going to be completely still for an entire turn, so that's where Choke can really come in handy. Or if you wanted to, this is the other favorite build of mine with Commander Vader, being able to Saber Throw while he is stuck and unable to move, which also just means that no one can force push him either. So he is going to stay still because he's speed 0, and a force push is a speed 1 move, and since you cannot even do that, you're still. And then I would do improv because, a list without improv, you will see how hard it is, and it's not a lot of fun. So I would highly recommend improv. And then you're going to get, obviously, some stormtroopers. So let's just give you 2 stormtroopers because that's the bare minimum that you need. Now, the box, I am assuming it comes with the massive squads that allows you to do this. And I don't quite remember the heavies that come in the box because I already have a ton of Empire. I'm not buying the box for now. I'm going to keep investing more in my Republic army and then just keep getting either eBay units because my Empire army is not uniform like my Republic. Republic all has the same paint scheme, all has the same everything so that they can all look like an actual army. My Empire is all over the place, kind of, it's okay. It was the very first army that I got. So, so we're gonna say that you give them the DLT 19 because that's what they've got. And we are also going to give them this whole squad. Why not? You're also going to give them Imperial March because it's nice to have. Now, that's only 3 activations for 446, so we actually might have to take that off. Let's just take that off for now. All right, so you've got your 2 Stormtroopers. It's going to come with 2 Scout Squads. So let's do 2 Scout Trooper units. We are just going to give them targeting scopes, possibly. And if you're really feeling it, you can give them offensive push. Just if you wanted to, okay? And then, let's see. We're going to say that you decided to buy... Do you want to buy an ATST? All right, let me ask you this, Brian. There's so many options that just aren't available to buy. Well, okay, so let's just say that you got the starter box, but what other boxes are available, and what other boxes would you want to buy if you had the option? And if you can tell me that, we'll come up with something else that could be in either like your possession, or we can theorize. I'll come up with another one for CAS in just a second, because they kind of come with like slightly different stuff. So yeah, just let me know, Brian, what you're thinking about buying. If you Dark Troopers, and I like Dark Troopers in Recon. Yeah, Dark Troopers are absolutely amazing because the fact that your opponent is going to have maybe anywhere between 6 to 8 activations probably, and if you've got 6 units on the board, but now they count as 8 with the Dark Troopers counting twice, you're going to have a really fun time with that. Double act and close range. Yes. That is a good point, Cockles. So, okay, let's just say that you decided to do the custom agent because you're feeling fancy right now. So we're going to give him, let's see, platoon commander gives him the tactical. No, it gives him the engaged to defend and retinue with a trooper. So let's do that for now. Let's give him the combat armor because you're going to surge offensively and defensively. Give him command and control uplink. Let's okay, since you're buying that, and because I think that Commander Vader is not as great as Operative Vader, let's flip-flop these things. Let's give you the Academy Trained. Let's give you Improv. We're going to give you command and control uplink, and we're going to give you the Heavy Pistol and Seize Initiative. This is my favorite build for the Imperial Officer because you have Seize the Initiative to give yourself an order, and because you have the Heavy Blaster, the Heavy Blaster allows you to get target 1, which will give you an aim when you give yourself an order. So if you're playing Vader's 1-pip and you give Vader the order, you can Seize the Initiative on the Imperial Officer to give yourself an aim. And then now Vader has an aim along with the dodge that he gets from the 1-pip. And so you can, do some fun little shenanigans like move, dodge just in case, and then you can use the free aim, or you can aim, move, relentless, and then you maybe use the aim. Next turn you only get one action, so you won't be able to aim again. So at least the Imperial Officer allows you to do that. You can also use the Imperial Officer's, CC initiative on other than Darth Vader's 1-pip. But for Operative Vader, that's a whole nother story. I love Force Push and Burst. If you don't infiltrate him and give him the Reliable 2, which is really, really nice to have no matter what, especially if your opponent's not playing a Force user. If they are playing a Force user, Force Choke isn't that bad. Into the Fray and Tenacity, obviously, are the main two choices that I would bring. This gives you 6 activations with 45 points left, and that can technically give you the ability to give yourself 1 extra massive squad here, and Kallus, 22 Storms, ATST with a Field Commander. Okay, let's take a look at how did you get the 22 Kallus and an ATST. Yeah. To me, they kind of don't go together, but they're still going to be fun, obviously. If you can have Veers and the ATST, I think you're going to find better synergy and that the ATST can do a lot more. And so you get more out of the points for the ATST than you would with just Kallus. 2 squads of 6 and then 1 super squad. Okay, yeah. That's not bad. I think that's going to be fairly good. You're going to have, I guess, just the extra guy is what I'm assuming. No heavy. And then you've got Kallus. If you're going to do that, I would just stick with, like, a Vader. You've got 19 points left. And I guess you could put... Can't really put a heavy on here. So, that's 4 points. Maybe just take the Imperial March off of these two guys. Give yourself another 8 points. And if also that is the case, let's not make these guys so expensive and put some heavies on here. Like, say that you put that gives you 11 points left. Why don't you give yourself the Seeker Droid? And now you got 3 points left. Maybe on this guy here with the Super Squad, you give yourself some impact grenades. That could be fun. Technically 6 activations. But Veers of Vice. I would go with Veers. And then I'll tell you why. So let's kind of cut this and do this again. You've got Veers here. And you've got your 2 command slots. You could do Improv, and maybe you could do Trusted Agent. You've already got Spotter 2, so you don't necessarily have to have Electro Binoculars unless you really wanted it to. You go with the ATST, and if you... Actually, technically, you could still go with both. It's not like you can't go with both, so let's go with that. Give yourself all the fun things. So you've got a maxed out ATST with Link Targeting Array, all the weapons, and General Vice to give you Field Commander and a total of Arsenal 4. And Veers is going to have Guidance, so you can still, Guidance a standby, and you get to shoot 8 weapons in 1 turn, because no one's going to strip a standby from the ATST. So now your ATST goes from 4 weapons to 8 weapons. If it's just General Vice and you don't have Veers, it's just 4. And now if you give the ATST an order every time, or a way to give the order to the ATST a few times, then that would be awesome to have. And so let's just say you still have 3 sets of Stormtroopers. All 3 of them have the heavy. 1 of them has the massive squad. You still have 31 points to mess with, and you have 5 activations. Okay, so hold on. Let's give 1 of them the massive squad. If you can put a T-21 on there, let's just say that you find the ability to get a T-21, or you just put that down and your opponent is okay with it since y'all are playing Recon. That would be nice to have. A friend do that. And then maybe one of your guys you give the astromech. I'm sure you can borrow one for sure. That still gives you 102 points to like put units on the table. And since scouts come with it, or could we? No, we can't really do darks. That's really not worth it at that point. So we would keep this. Let's do scouts. You're going to get 2 of them in the box. So let's just put 2 of them. That's 7 activations. You still got 6 points to do with what you want. And you can still guidance and aim on the ATST. You don't have to, like, if you don't give the ATST an order that round, it's not like you still can't at least give it an aim somehow. With 6 points, if you could find 2 points. All right, let's just get rid of them. Let's put a Stormtrooper extra guy on there, and let's give you the electric binoculars on this Stormtrooper unit. That gives you 10 points left. And then maybe these 2 guys get emergency transponder. And now you've got Veers with improv. You don't need trusted agent, actually. Okay, so there you go. And then so that still gives you 7 points left to do with what you want. That's 15, so that wouldn't necessarily do very much for you. And then let's just say, well, I mean, you're not going to do much otherwise with that. And then this, let's give the Imperial March to these guys, just in case. That's 6 points. All right, you know what? I can't give it to Mercy because it's 7 points, not 8 points. Portable scanner is not worth it. Extra supplies is not worth it. Hardening scopes on him is not worth it. Ascension cables is not worth it. E-stems is not worth it. All right, if we had to get rid of that, we give yourself there. You got 4 points left over. All right, well, emergency transponder for 1 turn, because let's look at the command cards and I'll show you why, and then we'll go back up. So you have maximum firepower, which is just General Veers. Oh wow, okay, so now you have emergency stem or emergency transponder on the ATST. Oh no, they're gonna get aim, and then the evasive maneuvers, you're gonna give it to them, and they're gonna gain a dodge, and then General Veers. Recover action is not as important anymore, but it's nice to have. And you could do, actually, you could just do assault and coordinated fire, pin down and evasive maneuvers, and then you could do the covert observation and give it to a special forces unit. So that way your opponent has to still put down something, but you can't really rely on that. Let's just do ambush. Okay. So Veers has spotter 3, so you can give an aim to all 3 stormtroopers or 2 scout troopers and an ATST. You could then, you've got an astromech to heal 2 wounds from the ATST. You've got impact over here on the DLT. You've got an extra stormtrooper and electric binoculars on this storm, so that they can hand out a free aim to the ATST. And then you've got 2 scout troopers with ET, so emergency transponder, so that they can get a free aim, so they can scout, move, and maybe they're in range. You pop the E transponder that round, and you get the free aim, so then you shoot. Next turn, they're probably being obliterated, so at least you've had something to at least do a lot of damage to a unit. You have a massive squad over here with the T-21 to have critical 2, and then that's 7 activations with the ATST, and Veers and everyone can kind of hide behind that. So don't mount Veers or Vice in the ATST. That's what I'm messing with. Sorry, 3 squads of 6. Yeah, so that's why I like Veers. Don't mount Veers or Weiss in the ATST. No, you don't have to, but if you want the surge to hit, then definitely go with the Hammers pilot. But, and it's not like Veers is going to go down very quickly. Also, Veers at least has a range 1 to 3, 3 red, surge to crit, and sharpshooter 1. You don't have Pierce, but the Inspire is going to be really nice, which you would be missing with if you just had Vice. Exemplar is really nice to give yourself an aim, just in case. You can give yourself an aim, 1 to the ATST, and then 1 to a Storm. And with that, Spotter on yourself with Exemplar is really nice. And then, Guidance a standby. Because then if you give yourself an aim, you give the ATST an aim, and someone else an aim, and you Guidance a standby, then the ATST can shoot with the aim that you have on the Exemplar, and then the next turn they can move, and then now they have an aim of their own that they can still use just in case. So I would go with the ATST and Veers. I think it's just a fun combo. Now, if you have the ability to play Darks, that's also another fun one to mess around with, especially if you can get Moff Gideon, because of the way that he works with, the Dark Troopers. You've got Dark and Improv, and then let's just say you do 2. I know it's a lot to get into because it's not coming in one thing, but let's just do the Assault Cannon, and then you got the box. Let's just say you got the box for Recon, and you have 2 Stormtroopers, give yourself the DLT, and you still have 56 points 56 points to use. Oh, man, that's a bummer. Let's see. You kind of want the heavy. The range 4 is really, really nice. Everyone's going to be trying to shoot at your Dark Troopers. So give yourself 1 squad here. You still have 16 points left, so you give yourself... Can't heal anybody. 16 points. You give yourself a comms technician and mercy transponder, because there's no point for hacked comms. Comms jammer could be good. That'd be really nice. I wish the Dark Troopers had a comms sometimes so that you could put something on them every now and then. But you can get Darks and Gideon. Okay, so let's talk about that real quick. This is technically 7 activations, because the Dark Troopers will go twice. You've got Moff Gideon, and, you can use Ruthless on the Massive Squad here when they get a face-up order token. So they can take a wound, double move, and shoot, or they can move, aim, shoot. Say that you didn't want this, and you just went with the extra guy, the Stormtrooper, and you put Imperial March on this guy. Then you can Ruthless them, lose a guy. You can move, so move at speed 2, then move at speed 3, and then shoot. So that way you have the ability to really get on the point and still do a lot of damage. And so since you have the Massive Squad, again, I would go with the T21, so the DLT, same price. And then if you wanted the RT97 instead, because you wanted more dice, and because you have Precise, you could do that. He just doesn't have Exemplar to be able to do any aims. And, it's just really tough. And do you have the ability to play Imperial Remnant? Because if that's the case, that would be fun. That would be really good, especially for Recon. You just have to get some Shore Troopers in there and some Death Troopers. So I don't know how big you're planning on getting your Empire army. I love Empire. I have a feeling that because it's been so far down in the gutter that they are going to make it really, really good soon. And that is just how things have been over the last 5 years that I've played. I think that usually if something is not going over that well, eventually it gets better and it becomes on top for a while. So I still invest in something no matter what. The only reason I got rid of my entire Rebel army was because, Death Troopers nowhere to be found. Oh, that's so sad. Maybe, I don't even know, I guess, do you have eBay? If you can find something on eBay, that would also be pretty awesome. But, yeah, I mean, the Death Troopers are pretty good. I would just say the Dark Troopers are and in Gideon are nice, but do you know anybody that has the ability to let you borrow something? Yeah, they are ridiculous. Tell me about it. There are some really nice Shore Trooper ones on there, though. If I had more Death Troopers, then yeah, I might be willing to part with one for not too bad of a price, but yeah, I guess it just depends. I would go with the Veers and ATST one, just because it's giving you so much. It's giving you 7 activations, just like this one, but This one also is nice. I don't even know. I think they're both pretty similar. I mean, at least this one you have a pretty good melee threat with Gideon having the dark saber. So now you have the at least the ability to protect yourself against Jedi with the immune to pierce. Yeah, shipping from the UK is going to be about just as much money, I think, as buying it on eBay. Just those tariff prices and the taxes that you're gonna be paying. I mean, I can go over a CIS one. So let's go over CIS. Now, again, I hope I can do it justice because I never play CIS. But let's just pretend that you're getting the recon. So that comes with Grievous. Grievous is going to do amazing with Into the Fray and Prepared Supplies. Because you've got block, so having that extra free dodge is really nice. Having Into the Fray is also really good because you don't surge offensive or defensively. And you will get a lot of B1s and some B2s. You're going to get the Droidicas. So I think you get 2 B1s. So let's just do 2 B1s. Let's just give yourself the entire squad because it's cheap and nice. Let's give your B2s the ACM. And you've got Grievous. That's only 5 activations. We're going to assume you've got Magna Guards. Let's give yourself 2 of them. And you can give them Into the Fray for defense if you would like. And that still gives you 2 points to put somewhere if you needed it. You could, let's see, maybe instead of the heavy, for the battle droid, you just give yourself the extra guy. That gives you 8 points, or 16 points if you're not bringing that. Yeah, that's still pretty tough. Because I mean, even just the regular Magna Guard, you're 22 points or 28 points over. Yeah, no, I would just go with 2 naked guys and maybe go with like tenacity is if you've got a wound or if it has lost a miniature. So tenacity could be fun. You've only got 3 guys though, so that's rough. But you're probably really using them for the Guardian on Grievous to keep Grievous alive. And so why stack them up? At least you've got some POI holders with a massive squad tier and then the extra B2 in your Droidica can be as offensive as it needs to. Let's see, we've got 16 points. Let's give it Emergency Transponder. Now you've got 12 points. Let's give these 2 guys Emergency Transponder in case they want it, because you've got the ability, and now you got 4 more points. Let's give these guys the Emergency Transponder in case you're never giving them an order, because now you have just given Grievous the order. So what do you think about in Recon, a custom? I like your use of commas. How old are you? You got to be a pretty decent age with the fact that your grammar is like mine. So yeah, I love the commas in here. So, what do you think about in Recon, a custom droid commander sending in a spider droid with overclock and blasting with a flamethrower? I think that is amazing. And flamethrowers are really nice to have. I just think that it is also kind of obviously they're more effective against bigger units, and so it's going to be better against them. It just depends on, I guess, what your friend's going to be bringing most of the time. But yes, I think that is a really good idea. I think that having the custom commander droid, giving the overclock spider droid with the flamethrower, the ability to do a free speed to move, and then you just move in again and then shoot with the flamethrower is really nice. And with hopefully having exemplar, if there's a way to do that. Let me see. With a separatist, is there a way to give yourself exemplar in here? Strategic programming, strategize is nice. Slice comms, direct AI, sharpshooter. Let's see, tyrannical taskmaster. No. Okay, well, I don't know if there's a way to give your I mean, at least if anything, you have strategize. So you just, you do your overclock. You've got limiter override to get rid of that immobilized token. And then, let's see, you give yourself the direct AI. And you've already got stuff here, so you don't necessarily have to have a weapon. Maybe give yourself that. You have your spider droid. Let's see, there they are. Let's give you 2 of them for fun. We do the engagement protocols for attack move, because maybe you need to move, and then you give yourself the flamethrower on both of them to make it super, super scary for your opponent. And then maybe you give yourself the auxiliary guy, the agent, and they've got seek and destroy because they want to be like, I'm coming after you, rawr. And then they've got the sliced comms. They've got the they've got sharpshooter and lethal 1. That could be pretty decent. Give yourself the electro staff for sure. And, I mean, you've got a decent thing. Suppressive, it's 20 points. Holy crap. Sure, give yourself offensive push just because. And then let's give yourself the battle droids. You got 2 of them with the extra squads and the rad cannon because it's fun. It is so much fun. And now you've got... let's just do another B1 because you can, and give yourself the PK Worker Series droid to help with the spider just in case. And you've got 17 points left. Give yourself a normal E5C. That's 7 activations, 2 flamers with engagement protocols. You've got 2 massive squads of B1s with the rad cannon. A normal one with the E5C and the worker droid to be able to heal those dwarf spiders, and or the the attack droid or the agent, the operative. So I mean that should be good. And then self-destruct is always too good as well. And I think it's an action now, if I'm not mistaken. With self-destruct, a unit may make a self-destruct action only if it has a number of wounds equal to or greater than half its wound threshold. Rounding up, and then for each unit within range 1 line of sight, you're going to roll the black attack die, completely resolving each roll before moving to the next one. The unit's going to suffer a wound for each surge or crit. Result rolled, and then gain a suppression. And then, yeah. So I think that it's an action. I could be wrong or mistaken. I don't, again, play CIS, so please forgive me if I am wrong. But, yeah. And... I know, too old. I feel you, bro. I am 35, about to be 36 in January, so I feel you. But yeah, I mean, that's where you got. I'm glad you're getting into it still. I mean, you're never too old to get into wargaming. 7 activation seems to be pretty average. I think, when I was playing Tours of Duty, I forgot exactly if I was playing, 750, because you pay the extra little SP to get the free 150. But yeah, 7 activation seems like it's pretty standard. And with this guy, I mean, it seems like to me a very fun little way to build stuff. 35 is not old. I know. I am just mostly kidding. So, yeah, just let me. I also dropped you a list. Okay, let me pull this up. Let's look at a list that Cockles has pulled up. Let me actually build this for you guys. So and Brian, you might actually like this. Pushing 60. All right, well, kudos. Now I feel fairly young. So, we've got General Grievous on the wheel bike. So is that in the heavies now? Where's General Grievous? Wheel bike warlord. very fun. Sounds like fun. Into the Fray and Turbocharged. So into the Fray and Turbocharged is this. It is when this unit makes a move action, it can expend this card to increase its speed to speed 3 during this specific move action. So, all right, pretty well worth it, I would say. There we go. I think I've got the ability to pull it up now. Okay, yeah, so, all right, let me just grab this link right here. Blah, blah, blah. Let's copy it real fast. And let's see. Whoops. Nope. Let's just go to it. This is fun. Okay. We have General Grievous, Into the Fray, Turbocharge. We've got the Auxiliary Command Droid with Seek and Destroy, because, yes, that works on every operative. You have Enhanced Combat Subroutines for Sharpshooter and Lethal. Definitely Optimized Task Flow for Direct AI. Okay, so giving it to the agent, the operative, to give Direct AI. The mobility upgrade for Scale and Steady. That's what it is. See, it's so weird that it's in the gear slot for me. It's so different. Into the Fray, and then the arm, the heavy arm cannon for range 1 to 2. Suppressive, 5 dice. Whew, so good. 110 points. You've got 4 B1s with the extra guy, because, yes, that makes sense. 2 Sap Riders with Link Targeting Array and Strike and Fade. For that extra dodge, especially, yes, and to get into range. That makes a lot of sense. And we're all episode 4 through 6 kids. Yes! Yes, I am Shadow Scout, because Scout Troopers, when they came out in Return of the Jedi, were, like, mind-blowing for me. I absolutely loved watching Return of the Jedi as a kid. So, yeah, because I grew up way long before 1999. I was 9 years old, and yeah, it was cool to watch everything in theaters, but I had been watching Star Wars since I was a child, for sure. So being able to watch episodes 4 through 6 and growing up on that, I think it's a great way to grow up on. And every birthday is a level up, not getting older. All right, yeah. And I've dropped TTA link for it. Yes, I got it. Cockles now. So Agent directs a STAP who coordinates to General Grievous on the bike. Okay. Because I guess it's a ground vehicle, and you can coordinate vehicles. That sounds like fun. That makes more sense. Okay. So the optimized task flow, you're giving this to the 2 Sap Riders who then coordinate it to Grievous. Okay. So then the only thing in your bag is the op and the 4 B1s, which makes a lot of sense. And then with Link Targeting Array, you're already giving them the aim that they need. So you compulsory move, got to dodge. Hopefully you can shoot, move again, and you have the aim. Now you've got a third dodge, and hopefully you're staying alive. So I'm assuming this is a more aggressive way to use your Sap Riders to make sure that, they're doing some work to try and help out Grievous before he gets there, is what I'm assuming. You still have 3 points left over. So, 3 points. That's just not enough. Oh, well, okay, so Grievous can take a grenade? He's got mobile, entourage. He doesn't have Arsenal 2. So it's like if you bring a grenade, you're probably, bringing a smoke grenade? And what's that going to do for a vehicle? Absolutely nothing. What's the point for the grenade? Like, what are you doing? So, yeah, I don't know what the point of the grenade is. But even a frag grenade doesn't make sense. I mean, giving yourself 1 red dice, I don't know. So General Grievous is 1 pip. I'll do it myself. Also, can kill a B1 to gain tactical. True. So, yeah, I mean, Cockles here has a pretty decent 8-act list in CIS. And that's giving you quite a lot to work with. And, I mean, I think that's very decent, especially for the fact that you've got all white saves, no surging except for on the Stat Riders, and the red saves on Grievous and the Operative. That's pretty good. And what do you deal with first? I mean, now that the General Grievous wheel bike is coming out, like, I'm very curious to see what most people think about the wheel bike and, how much of a threat it is. It's 8. It's, again, still, you don't have block, luckily, on this. So it's not like he can gain surge to defend. You're going to have armor 1. So there are ways to start to dwindle it down. It's immune to melee pierce, not ranged pierce, so at least there's that going for you. And he will move in fairly quickly. I mean, I forgot what the base was. Is it like a regular speeder bike base? Because he'll be moving in fairly quickly. The bike with overrun. Oh, yeah, I know. Overrun is a killer, man. Playing 3 swoop bikes quite a bit has allowed me to, use overrun so many times. But it's overrun 1, so that's great. It's just like each thing has a whole ton of keywords. Overrun seems like it's going to be the better choice. You're trading up a white into a black, and it's not like you have to do a full move to trigger overrun. And command vehicle, allied units can use this. Vehicles, command courage, entourage mobile. What is mobile again? When you unit with a notch base with the mobile performs a move, it skips step 1, so it cannot do a free pivot, is what it's saying. Rotating the unit's base. A unit with the mobile keyword must make a free compulsory action at the start or end. So it's basically, you do a compulsory move. Oh man, you're moving so fast. Do a compulsory move. You cannot pivot for free. It's basically speeder, but you're not speeder. So I guess that's kind of just the way around it. Swoops are the best. I agree. And no swoops in CAS, yes. But you do have the bugs. You do have a bunch of geos with overrun, so you can still get a lot done with them. And the fact that they're moving 3 times still, and or just getting a even bigger, bigger dice pool. I mean, if you have the massive squad with Grievous and Ruthless, I mean, the fact that they can already do a free move action, now you've given them another free action. So you just move, free action, move. So 3 moves, and you can still get a shot in. Am I mistaken? Again, I don't play the CIS, so I don't know exactly. I mean, that's a ton of moves. And I know that you can do moves more than once, technically. There's no limit to them. Because, I mean, you can scout, move. That's 3 moves. Oh, jeez. Yeah, but let me know in here if with Ruthless you can move 3 times and still shoot with the bugs. Who needs overrun? And I mean, yeah. So you could technically even like overrun, drop 4 B1s to make it 3 with an extra man. Oh, with 3 geos. Oh yeah, get rid of all these, and let's go with some geos. With the extra guy. Yep, 597. Yeah, so I think that's really good. But at some point then, you're really only using optimized task flow once. And so, because the Stat Rider is probably going to be way too far away from the Super Attack Droid. So I do think that the B1s are the better choice in this list. But yes, I do. I think that, Geos with Ruthless is a thing to be beholden to awesomeness. Yeah. But the B1 bonus is number of minis. Yeah. And direct because of coordinate and when the Stat Riders just get too far. Yeah, you lose the control in orders. But yeah, guys, that's an hour. So this is kind of like my new Monday night thing, just to kind of help guys, especially like Brian. If you're new to the channel and or new to Legion, this is a great way to kind of just ask me questions like this. We can kind of help you. If you want to keep chatting to us, this is a great way to just like allow us to give you ideas, or thank you, Coggles, for being here. I know it's got to be late over there, so it's like 11. So thank you for staying up and being here, helping Brian with me. But yeah, Brian, if you want, definitely check out more videos on the channel for like list building ideas, and get your friends to join in on these videos. And again, I listed off a whole bunch of people in the community, like That's No Moon. We have our Discord. They have their Discord. You've got I'm sure the Crit to Block people have a Discord, and the Fifth Trooper Network has some. Yeah, it's 11:05. Yep. Yeah, I figured it'd be pretty late over there. I'm pretty accustomed now to the 5 hours ahead for the UK. So we're going to have to get, a whole bunch of the UK guys on at some point. And yeah, like I said, mention or go to That's No Moon and check them out for sure. They're also working with Cocozula every now and then. If you can, Cockles, let's see. I'm trying to figure out. I don't know if you can post the link to your Discord in the chat. Try to post it. Can I add you as a moderator? Would that allow you to do stuff? So I guess is that a member now? Are you a member? Thank you. If I can get you to figure out a way to, yeah, I guess. Thank you so much, man. Brian, if you head on over to their YouTube, I'm sure that they've got the Discord in some of their descriptions. So I would definitely go over there and check them out. They do a lot. They put on a lot of tournaments. They talk a lot about the list. They talk a lot of strategy. Yeah, That's No Moon is absolutely awesome to have. I am why I wasn't before, is baffling. Well, no, I mean, hey, I appreciate it. I gotta keep doing more battle reports for the members only, and hopefully we'll have some more members only specific content out here soon. I'm trying to make sure that we get some more members content, especially after I take a little hiatus for a little bit to get some training in for the new job. Talk a lot of bullocks. Yeah, bullocks. I wish I could do a good British accent, but I'm not sure, what type of accent I have. I don't know if it would be like southern or northern or anything like that, but I know that I'm not the greatest at a British accent, but I can try a little bit. We watch the Great British Bake Off quite often, and we know it just wrapped up, and it's a great show. If you haven't watched the Great British Bake Off, I highly recommend it because it's a great competition. I'm sorry, man. It's not making fun of you guys. It's we try. And you can't tell me you haven't tried an English. You're doing estuary English. I'm unfamiliar of exactly what that is. I hope that I wasn't. I hope that it's not like a southern thing and you're a southern thing. I don't even know. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Thank you for being a member. Again, thank you guys for watching. You guys are awesome, and we'll do this every Monday. If you've got questions, join the Discord. You wait till I'm on your show. I'll crack out. Yes. Okay. If you can do a Southern American accent, I would be happy to rate you on it.
It's a Georgia twang thing. Yeah, because I've got that southern what am I doing? I was born in Georgia, so I definitely understand the Georgia twang. You just I'll judge you just to see. Thanks for streaming, Sean. Yes, thank you, Sean, for watching. I appreciate it. Hopefully, we got some fun, random things here at the end for you guys to laugh at. But all right, that is it, guys. I do declare, Mr. Shadow Scout. Yes, I do declare. The Office, so good. But we're gonna get that episode on soon. But all right, thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it. I will do this again next Monday around 5:30 Eastern Standard Time, or 10 to 10:30 p.m. English time. Brian, definitely look up on Discord Coggles Faulkner, and he will lead you in the right direction. All right, guys. Y'all take it easy, and yeah, may the force be with you all. Thank you so much, Coggles, for joining up as well. All right, guys. See y'all later.